Hi crafty folks, Amy here with Amy's Wares, and today I have a couple of embossed cards using craft paper with white accents. I have this Daisies 3D and Frilly Peonies 3D. These are embossing folders from Altenew. I have these stitched edge rectangle dies from LDRS Creative. I have my craft paper and a couple of sentiment dies that I'm going to use from Picket Fence. Now here's a photo of the finished cards. These really did come together really quickly, so this would be a great idea just for cards for your stash, or if you need to batch a bunch, or even just make a set of them for a little gift set, maybe for teachers or a little hostess gift or something like that. So I'm just going to tape down one of these dies to the edge of these panels and run them through my die cutting machine. And here you can see I'm spritzing them again, and I'm going to load them up in my embossing folders and then again run them through off screen through my die cutting machine. And I do have a Spellbinders Platinum 6. Now I have a lot of embossing folders, but I have been kind of collecting these 3D ones from Altenew because they are just my absolute favorite. I love the thickness of them. I love the end result. They're just so dramatic, and they're so cool when you combine them with other items in your crafty stash, or even just on their own, even just run through on white cardstock. They are just absolutely stunning. So they are one of my all-time favorite items to have in my crafty stash. Now here I'm just kind of thinking in terms of future layout with the little sentiment strip that I'm going to run across. So I am planning on doing both of these horizontal orientation, but as you did see in the photos, I did end up switching one of them to a vertical orientation. But look at that drama. It's just so incredible, and I love how it looks on the craft. I feel like it's a little bit unexpected and different. Now I'm going to take it a step further with this white pigment ink. This is from Hero Arts. It's called Unicorn White, and I do have like a traditional foam dauber. Those are just the little wooden handles like you get from Ranger or Tim Holtz or whatever. And with the 3D impressions so raised off of the panel, it's really easy to just brush right across the top, and it's not even really hard to avoid the recesses of the paper. You just kind of add accents and highlights all over where the parts of the paper are really popped up. And even if you do go off into, you know, the more recessed area, it really doesn't matter. Now here I have a scrap piece of white cardstock, and I'm just going to mint tape these two sentiment strips down and run it through off screen in my die cutting machine. Now I did have to use a metal shim. This phenomenal one was not very phenomenal. It took a couple passes, but do yourself a favor with little fiddly letters like that. You'll have better luck with a metal shim. Now this is Artist Tack Micro Dots. This is a solution I've been using for my little fiddly dies. I get really frustrated with liquid glue. I don't like the oozage out the sides, especially with little tiny dainty letters like this. So what it does is it applies a bunch of little dots of adhesive that does become permanent to the back of whatever you put down on this little strip of, you know, or this little page of glue dots. So you can see I was using actually scrap cardstock, so you could see there was some stamping on the back, but I don't want to waste it. So I run that through, get some adhesive on it, and line that up and cut off the excess off the side of the card. This is nerve-wracking for me. I've messed this up many a times, so I'm just carefully doing that. And then on this one I decided to trim it down and kind of kick it off a little bit to the side. So that one I kept horizontal orientation, and this one I did vertical, and I let the band kind of go all the way across the front of the card. So I will link any available products in the video description box below if you expand that area and scroll down. Those affiliate links are no additional cost to you, but they do help me out a lot. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please hit the thumbs up, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.